Alright, so here we are at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix, and this game seems pretty determined to really piss me off. If you saw the last video, the Austrian Grand Prix, you will have seen at the end I went to change gearbox and I kept getting the penalty warning saying that it has to do 6 events. Well, it has done 6 events. So before starting practice 3, I changed it. Again, I still got the penalty warnings, it must do 6 events. Double check, yeah, it's done 6 events. So I put it on thinking it's just going to keep saying that regardless. No, as soon as I left the garage in practice 3 to do my first outlap, get a notification, 5 place grid penalty for changing components. Even though I have not broken any of the fucking rules. So yeah, wherever I end up in qualifying, I'm going to lose 5 places, and it's just a fucking joke. So anyway, with that rant out of the way, after doing 3 practices, I haven't got the faintest idea how my performance is against the other cars. Practice 1 was a total fucking disaster because I stuck with the one tyre choice, but I also, if we bring this up, I took all of my engine 2 parts, so the car was fucking barely moving, and I ended up finishing stone dead last. So I mean, I'll show you again here. It's now saying, okay, well you look at the end there, it's done 6 races, but here it's now saying completed races 0 of 6. Anyway, yeah, so practice 2 came along. I decided I would have a go at doing the qualifying simulation program. I got the green time just. I think I was about 2/10 within it. So I was nowhere near the optimal purple time. And at the end of free practice 1, I was in first place. So I got P1 despite the fact that I didn't even, according to the qualifying simulation program, I set a time that wasn't even going to get me 13th on the grid. But I was P1. And then P3, obviously I had the notification about the gearbox penalty, and that fucks me off. So all I did was just a couple of race simulations, 5 laps with each tyre type, or the 2 tyre types that I had available to me, and I finished in P3. So, but I don't think my setup is particularly good. It doesn't feel particularly fast, and yet it's got me in P1 and P3 in the 2nd and 3rd practice sessions. So, but part of the problem is the tyre allocation. I don't know who it was at Pirelli who decided that this was a good tyre choice, but it's a fucking joke. So we have the one and only Grand Prix of the year where the hard compound is actually used, the blue walled hard tyre, and that was the tyre that I used in practice 1, and the thing is utterly useless. I had to do something like 3 or 4 laps before it came up to operating temperature and actually started working. Prior to that, the grip was shit. I was unbelievably slow. I was something like 4 seconds a lap slower than the fastest time. It's utterly fucking useless. So I will certainly not be using that at any point in the race. But the trouble is that the medium tyres, they're also too hard for this circuit. That took 1 or 2 laps before it was up to operating temperature. So the soft tyre, the option tyre for this race weekend, that was okay, but even then it doesn't feel fast. I feel like I'm crawling along, even though I am posting, let's say, times that got me P1 and P3 in the second and third practice. So these tyres are fucking horrible. Now, as far as aerodynamics, I've done tests on the major engine upgrade, the major aerodynamic upgrade, and also that minor one here, the cascade winglets for the front wing. And I passed all of those, so that was fine. In fact, if we go to engine upgrade, you will now see that Sauber have the second best engine on the grid. Only Mercedes have a better engine than we do. So our engine is better than the actual Works Ferrari engine, which is a bit ridiculous. The good thing for me is it also means I can now start doing upgrades to the bearings. Now I have this chassis upgrade which failed, so that's now being sorted out. That will go on at the next Grand Prix in Germany. I also have the second gearbox durability upgrade that will go on for Germany as well. And I'm thinking that if I do really well here and at Germany, and therefore it would appear that the car is, has been upgraded so much that it's almost a fucking front runner, what I will do then is concentrate entirely on durability. If that sounds vaguely familiar, it's because that's exactly what I did in F1 2017. The problem is that although the 2018 engines are already a lot more durable than they were in 2017, I am so hard on engine use because I do no engine management, I do no fuel management, I don't even do like any tyre management. I'll probably have to do something to sort out tyre wear as well at some point. So yeah, I'm a bit of an engine breaker, so I have to put more onto durability than a lot of other players. Anyway, that's all for the future, so let's head to qualifying then. Like I say, I have no idea what to expect here. It should be interesting if nothing else.
Here we are then, waiting for the green lights to get qualifying underway for the British Grand Prix. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk, and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction, and over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong, and that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
Says the cunt who drove one season in F1 for fucking Super Aguri. Right, let's drive out, see how we do.
Please stand clear. We're ready to go.
There's no doubt about it, I'm using soft tyres for all sessions. The other two tyres are just fucking useless for qualifying. So I've got a fucking Red Bull in front of me. Hopefully he'll stay far enough ahead of me just to not interfere with the lap. Very, very slow fucking pit lane speed limit here as well. And I don't like this pit lane exit. It puts you on a corner, you've got to fucking turn the instant you leave the pit lane. Otherwise you go off. Not just turn, you've also got to brake once you leave it. Yeah. It certainly looks like that Red Bull is left for dust. No, so I'm not exaggerating, I genuinely have absolutely no fucking clue what my pace is like compared to the other cars. I'll show you my setup once I've done my first lap here in Q1. Oh fucking hell, could I bollocks that up anymore? Good job this is only an outlap because I'm all over the fucking place. I don't like the magnets and Beckett's complex. The plus side about this circuit is that you can use an awful lot of Mode 5. There are so many braking zones, you can recharge a lot of it back, you know, when it looks like you've used too much. Alright, here we go. Oh, gone fucking wide there, that's a bollocks up. So this hasn't been a good lap so far, but I've been shit through Sector 1 ever since we've fucking started here. I have not been able to post a good Sector 1 time at all. I've got to do better through here than I did on the outlap. No, I haven't. Okay, slightly better, but only slightly. This horribly overly twisty section. So Verstappen does a 131, that's way faster than I can do. I do a 131.
You've just put in the fastest lap. Good job.
Alright, well, let's come in. See where we are. So I'm
Our
fourth.
best lap so far is a 1:31.6.
Yeah, the Renaults are unbelievably fast around here. Hulkenberg has been in the top 3. He finished in the top 3 in FP2. I think he was second actually, just behind me. And then in FP3 he was something like 4th or 5th. I know he was pretty close behind me. So you look at the Renaults, and yeah, the Force Indias have been doing pretty well, and a lot of the top runners are fucking nowhere. I mean, Hamilton has gone round, he's done a 1:33.3. He is currently the slowest of everyone who's gone round, and that's despite the fact that he went purple in Sector 1. Anyway, so my setup then. So aerodynamic, the front wing, the wings are at 2.3. Transmission, there you go. And, suspension geometry. That seems to be becoming a bit more of a familiar pattern with setups now.
You're doing a great job. We're much higher up the field than we expected to be.
Suspension, brakes, tyres, and the other important one, I had to move the ballast up 1, so it's at 6. Not that I was having too much trouble getting around the corners, but I just seemed to be slower. I didn't think weight distribution really did much as far as like speed and, you know, your timing and that, but I seemed to be faster when I used when I had it set up like that. So Hamilton has now gone ahead of me. I'm relatively confident though that this is fast enough to get me through to Q2. Oh yeah, I did do enough. So I ended up 9th. In fact, there was something that was happening there that reminded me what I really need to do. The first time is rarely the fastest time. So what I need to do is put in enough fuel so I can do 2 laps, not just settle for the first one. The first one is very unlikely to be the fastest. So I may have got away with it here, but I'm not going to get away with it in Q2 or 3. So, yeah, let's go on to Q2 then. I suppose that means I've got to check that I have the fuel. 4 laps. I'll move it up to 5.3. Okay, right, let's go out.
Checks complete. We're ready.
Someone's coming along, a fucking Merc. Looked like he was on medium tyres, the fucking prick. So I've got a Merc and a Force India ahead of me. I'll let them get a bit further ahead. I don't want to be catching them up on my 2 flying laps. Okay, so here we go then. So this is the first flying lap. I doubt this will be fast enough, but see what happens, and then we'll go straight into a second flying lap. Fucking hell, it looks like I'm going to catch up with someone on their out lap, the Ferrari. Surely a Ferrari is fast enough to stay ahead of me. So this extra fuel I've got, this might compromise this first lap even more. I did better through there, a bit wide there, and wide there, but, well, I've done worse. Bottas does a 1:31.6, so does Perez. What do? I fuck up that last corner. So I do 1:32.0. So that was shit. See what I do here.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
I only need 1 lap, mate. You see already, look how much faster I am. 4 tenths up. And I lost a hell of a lot of it. The trouble is, everybody else who's gone out is also doing 2 laps, so yeah, they'll go faster as well. Oh, bollocks that up. Still 4 tenths up though. And I do 1:31.5. I don't know if that's enough. I was only 5th when I went over the line. I'm still 5th, So I got through to Q3. I cannot believe that Hamilton and Raikkonen and Bottas and Verstappen went out on mediums and qualified on them. That's a bit ridiculous. I think it could be as much my setup as anything else that's causing me to not be able to get the heating of tyres. I didn't check who failed to get out of Q1, but shock horror, it looks like it was Stroll, Sirotkin, Van Dorn, Gasly and Hartley, because there's no sign of them here. So anyway, those out in Q2, Alonso, Ocon, Grosjean, Sainz and Leclerc. So yeah, one Haas, one Force India, one Renault, one Sauber, all going out. It seems to be a bit of a free-for-all. Places are all over the place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first 7 places are all different manufacturers. Oh, okay. I was just going to say, where the fuck is Vettel? Oh, fucking hell. This circuit's doing my head in. So, okay, so much for the first 7 places are all different manufacturers. Let's just go on to Q3. Go straight out and hope I have enough fuel.
Everyone clear? Car to track.
Yes, I have got enough fuel. 5.3. And I'm out first. Fucking job. Right. Not a great start, but here we go. Fucking Ferrari bearing down on me. Taking this wider than I'd like, but that's not too bad. Now I did this section perfectly on the outlap, so you know I'm going to fuck it up here. No, not great, but could have been a lot worse. Oh, slow through there. It's doing okay until then. 131.1. Yeah, I knew Raikkonen would beat that, or well, whoever that Ferrari was behind me. So here we go for the second lap. Now it should be better, but yeah, I've not got off to a great start. Oh, couldn't have fucked that up more if I tried. So I aborted the second lap because I was just getting fuck all nowhere. So I'm currently 4th, which of course means I'll be starting 9th.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:31.1.
So I won't be going out again. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top 3, who are Hamilton, Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Yeah, well, so I qualified 4th. which is pretty good. But I'll be starting 9th, which means I'll be surrounded by the fucking Haas, Renault and Force India there. The ones that always give me the real grief. Incidentally, Nico Hulkenberg is my new rival. So, I would have been happy with 4th, you know, but no, it's going to be a cunt. Alright, let's see how we do with the old resource points. Got 190, it's the usual. So I have 614 resource points now.
So, unfortunately, we've picked up some grid penalties, and we'll be starting further back than you expect. As for how bad it is, that'll depend on what the other drivers get.
Oh, fuck off. Right, so, well, I think I can fit another upgrade. 614. So, do I fit the first ERS upgrade, or do I balance out my downforce upgrades? I balance those out. Okay. Alright, so that, if it works, will be ready for the German Grand Prix. As it is, I've got 500 bonus resource points coming anyway, so I will be able to do this after the race. So yeah, I'm going to be okay regardless. Right, so that then is the qualifying done. So yeah, I qualified in 4th, which is great, but because the game was being a cunt, I'm going to start 9th, which isn't so great. So next then is the British Grand Prix.
We're right back where it all began. The very first World Championship Grand Prix was held here at Silverstone in 1950, with Giuseppe Farina taking the top step of an all-Alfa Romeo podium. He earned 9 championship points that day on his way to the inaugural title. His winning time. We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting alongside him P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo, and Verstappen, Hulkenberg, Oldtimer, Perez, and Charles Leclerc, Sainz, Grosjean, Esteban Ocon, and Alonso, Van Dorn, Gasly, Sergei Sirotkin, and Kevin Magnussen. They've taken a grid penalty. Hartley and Lance Stroll rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
We're in a better grid position than we were expecting. Let's see if we can hold on to it.
I'm not in a better grid position. I'm in 8th. I should be fucking 4th. Anyway, it would have been 9th, but Kevin Magnussen took engine parts, so he got a 10 place penalty. So yeah, that's handy. Right, yeah, I'm not changing that strategy. Actually, I will change when I'm coming in. Okay, yeah, we'll come in on lap. So yeah, we'll make it a bit later. Yeah, a bit later. Okay, we'll come in on lap 10. And incidentally, old Giuseppe Farina didn't take first place on an all Alfa Romeo podium. There weren't podiums in those days. It was just the leader who went up and got the whatever it is. Anyway, I want to put in a bit more fuel, so we'll have 27.6 laps, 53.4 kilos. It's not going to do me too many favours at the start of the race. Let's see if we can actually start first time. Here we go. Holding us there for what seemed like an age. Really dropping down the fucking field. I've been squeezed out. Yeah, I got a collision warning there. I think I may have another collision warning there. No, I didn't. Got away with that. So we're in 7th. Of course, loads of people are on tyres that can't get up the temperature very easily. It looks like Verstappen is one. Why the fuck he started on medium tyres, I do not know.
That's a decent start. Good job.
Yeah, but it's only a decent start because I'm running in 3.5. I can't stay in this mode for long. Down to 2.5. Lifted a bit there. Shouldn't have done that. Oh, very wide. So I've got Hulkenberg right behind me. He seems to have really caught up. I can stay in ERS 5 for quite a while. This lap does not, a lap of this circuit does not use a huge amount of battery life. So I'm still at 80%, having crossed the line, doing that entire lap in ERS 5. There's no risk of derating either. Yeah, I think it's the longer I take, the more these cunts can get their tyres back or up to temperature and start to pull away. It looks like Verstappen is already doing that. So I have a horrible feeling 7th place is probably as good as I can hope for. To be honest, even if I had started in 4th, I still think 7th is as good as I can hope for on a circuit like this where grip is almost non-existent, especially on these shit tyre compounds that they've given us for this race weekend. I can't believe anyone will use the hard tyre at any point during the race. Fuck that right up. I was starting to pull away slightly from Hulkenberg.
Okay,
Oh, this looks like a fucking safety car might come out. No.
Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled.
So DRS enabled, Hulkenberg has got more of a chance of passing us, especially as we go on the Wellington straight. I am very slow through sector 1 on this with this setup. But Hulkenberg dropped back a bit there. I don't know why that sector is still showing as yellow. No one's in it. A car has dropped out. I don't know who it is. I know it's not one of the front runners though, because I'm still in 7th. This does have the sort of feeling that and also that it could be a bit of a procession, this one.
Some information on Leclerc. They seem to have an issue.
they seem to have an issue. You mean my teammate? Oh, fucking hell. Right there. I'm holding up a lot of fucking people. There's a whole train of cars behind me. I am just doing enough to make it, well, difficult for them to pass me. What a shame. Yeah, I'm able to pull away just enough at the start of the Wellington Straight, so that even though they have DRS, it's not enough for them to catch me, let alone get by. Again, what a shame. And then my speed isn't too bad through sectors 2 and 3. If I can get the Maggots and Beckett's corners right. Which I did this time, for once. But then I'm too far away from everyone on the hanger straight here, so the only thing I can hope is that I'm far enough ahead of Hulkenberg that he can't use DRS, but I wasn't.
First place is 7.6 seconds. We're leading our teammate by 5.0 seconds.
Said that Leclerc had a problem, and now it turns out he's only 5 seconds behind us. So I still have no idea who it is that's gone out. Science is Hulkenberg rather is further behind than he has been all race, so it looks like I have finally got the tyres up to temperature. Stretch, I think how long it's going to take me to get the mediums working properly. I'm fucking glad I got that.
Reduce the ERS deployment, please. We need to charge the battery.
There you go. So I did 5 laps with hers in hot lap mode. Fucking hell. Well, almost 5. 4 3/4 laps. But now that I've had to turn it down, I reckon I'm going to really drop back from these cunts up ahead.
In front is 2.7 seconds.
In fact, I'd completely forgotten all about ERS mode. I forgot. I forgot I was running in fucking ERS 5 all that time. Yeah, Hulkenberg is closer now. Right, 3-4. Can't have a front runner going out. Here it is. Hamilton! Oh, fucking yeah, I like that.
Okay, good work.
Let's have Diva cunt out. It's just great pass. I didn't really have to do a lot to get past Hamilton there. So we're up to 6, but I've got Hulkenberg all over the back of me. That's why I put it back up to S5. Well, I hope you weren't expecting a load of overtaking, because fuck me, this has been one pretty dreary race so far. I've fallen way back, and I've a feeling Hulkenberg's going to take me here. No, I did take a slightly defensive line, but only slightly. Oh, I'm all over the place here. Far too wide, but somehow got away with it. But I was so slow around that corner. Well, it looks like Diva Cunt is still running, so he must have got a puncture or something. And limped back to the pits. Well, hopefully when it comes to this race in 2019, Pirelli will realise how much they fucked up. And these soft compound tyres I'm using now will actually be the hardest compound of the weekend.
Okay, clear.
It should have been fucking, yeah, soft, super softs and ultras. Not fucking hard, medium and soft, for fuck's sake. Right, painfully slow fucking pit lane. It's currently showing me as fourth. It means a lot of people are coming in, which means the potential for fucking big time bullshit Christian motoring, but there isn't any. Fuck for that.
Last stop, no more scheduled pit stops.
Right, so oh fucking hell, so that cunt Perez did get by. Just. And I've got Hamilton behind me. Big fuck off.
Target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
I don't think Hamilton, oh no, he has pitted, hasn't he? Because he must have pitted when he had that puncture. And he's on the hard tyre, so he's going to the end of the race. Although he has a tyre that is utter shite.
Deployment, please. We need to charge the battery.
I didn't realise I had the fucking DRS available to me there. How the fuck did Hamilton... Well, I know he passed me then, because I'm going off the circuit. Great fucking move. He went by us on the outside on those tyres that have no fucking grip at all. Made a real bollocks up on that.
Gap to teammate behind is 10.3 seconds. Charles is in the pits.
So we're currently in 8th. I've got Hulkenberg right behind me again. So well, he didn't get the jump on us, but I don't know how long I'm going to be able to hold him off. 14 laps to go. Oh, fucking what was that? I've now got science behind me. Don't know what happened to Hulkenberg. Bought the point, but I give a shit what happened to Hulkenberg. As long as I finish ahead of him. He is my rival at the moment. I had DRS this time then. I'm only half a second or so behind Perez now. And Hamilton has... Oh, fucking keep bollocking that up. Now they pulled away again. I was just going to say, Hamilton hasn't pulled away from Perez. If I can pass one, I may pass the other. But if I keep fucking up that particular...
Okay,
yeah, that one.
leader, 22.
I'm not going to fucking catch up with anyone. So all that work I did on the second part of that lap was completely undone. And now fuck this one up as well. So yeah, I'm now letting sights catch up with me. I've fucked up every single corner so far on this lap.
Gap to car in front is 1.5 seconds.
So if I'm going to I have any chance of catching him on the hanger straight, I've got to somehow make up half a second. I ain't doing that here. I'm going to have to nose mode up one, and I've been hit. Science was never going to get through there. What the fucking hell is he doing? There's more of this over-aggressive AI as I fuck up that corner. And that one. Well, he's surely going to pass me now. I'm going to take a semi-defensive position. Which amazingly worked. And then went wide there. Surely he's through. No, he isn't. Gonna have DRS here.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.4 seconds.
Take the inside line, he's just fucking sailed past me.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
I kept it. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I got it back.
We're leading our teammate by 37.6 seconds.
Sign's already dropped back after that, so I don't know if that means he damaged his car or what. Oh, fucking, could I have taken that any slower? So again, I've got a fucking whole train of cars appearing behind us. Yeah, Sign's really dropped back. Actually, this race really does sum up Silverstone. It is by no means a great circuit, and this has been by no means a great race. It's not an absolute shit pit, and this hasn't been an absolute shit pit of a race. It's just utterly forgettable. There is nothing interesting about it at all, and that is the same with this race. I've hardly done a fucking thing.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.9 seconds.
I mean, okay, yeah, I'm not a fan of Silverstone, but it's not usually as boring as this. I think the choice of tyre compounds is the reason why it's this fucking boring. It's basically completely neutralised the race by giving us such hard fucking tyres. Oh, what the fuck did I do that for?
Reduce the ERS deployment, please. We need to charge the battery.
I just cannot deploy from that corner fast enough. And now my DRS has fucking failed.
There is a fault in the DRS. You won't be able to open the rear wing. We're working on a fix. Stay out. Gap to teammate behind is 37.4 seconds.
As it is, I mean, I'm not close enough to Perez to use DRS anyway, or at least I don't think I am, so it's not a big deal. I can't use it anywhere on the circuit at the moment. In fact, if you add in all the times that DRS has failed, remember when it happened in China during qualifying, that was the first time I've seen it. It's now happened to me 5 times, and I'm sick of the sight of it. 5 times in 10 races. In fact, it's really been 5 times in 7 races, because, I say, it didn't happen until China. So it's getting a bit fucking ridiculous now. And if it's got to happen, I suppose during the race is the best time, because I'm rarely in a position where I can use it anyway.
Okay, the gap behind is 3.7 seconds.
Oh, I should have moved the fucking ballast to fucking 5.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
That's fine. Only 4 laps to go. Fuck it there again.
Seeing some signs of abrasion on your tyres now. They should still be good to run on, but they won't be at their best.
What are they at? 44 is the highest. Perfectly fine. And that's just... I can't see me passing Perez at all. It's not like he's far away, but he's just out of reach. So I have a feeling 8th is where I started and where I will finish. But I say this, there's still 3 laps to go yet.
Battery is low on energy. Reduce ERS deployment.
This is by far the closest I've been to Perez for a long time, and then of course, as always, I'm slow through that last corner, so he's pulled away again. Wide through there, I'm definitely losing grip, I think. Yeah, I'm going to be out of DRS range. Yeah. Can't catch him this time.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Shows how far ahead the leaders are. Still outside DRS range. Actually no, I'm not, it's just that my DRS is fucked.
The gap to the car in front is less than a second. Let's try and get past in the DRS zone.
The DRS isn't fucking working. Yeah, I'm pressing it, but yeah, it's not fucking doing anything. Vettel's out.
It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car.
So Vettel is out on the penultimate lap. Oh, at last DRS fucking works.
Yellow flag.
Nice one. So I've gone up from 8th to 6th. I finally passed Perez on track. I'm on the last lap. And also pass Vettel.
This is your final lap of the race.
I've got to now try and stay ahead of Perez. That's going to take some doing. So I am staying in mode 3-4. Hamilton is next, but he's way ahead.
There's only
And
1 lap of fuel remaining.
there we go. So Raikkonen wins. Right, Bottas second. And here we go. P6.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Well, given that it was such a boring and dreary race, I'm more than satisfied with that result. 6th place.
So, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more.
Yeah, and the other one, DNF. What a shame.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Well, the gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race today for our championship leader. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Let's give it to Kevin Magnussen. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive
Yeah, that
indeed.
seems
And now
fair to
let's
me.
take a look at the constructors'
18th to
standings.
9th.
There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
So, yeah, 6th place. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, Leclerc had a bit of a disaster. But not as much of a disaster as Vettel did. What a shame. He was leading and he only had about 1.5 laps to go and his car fucked up. What a fucking shame. But it does mean that we will pull a bit further ahead of Force India and Haas. So let's take a look then. Ocon drops down 2 places in the Drivers' Championship as a result of that DNF. Grosjean and Perez both move ahead of him. Looks like that's the only change though. But I mean, look at this, 1st to 3rd in the Drivers' Championship, there's just 1 point in it. Fucking unreal. And I'm still best of the rest. Verstappen has pulled ahead of me a bit, but he's only 5 points ahead. So, yeah, I'll pull further ahead of Kevin Magnussen, so I'm now 23 points ahead of him. So that's fairly comfortable. And then the Constructors' Championship, no position changes at all. We're still 4th, so we're best of the rest in the Constructors as well as the Drivers' Championship. Okay, let's see what we get for points. Oh, it's that fucking interviews first.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective. There was some contact between you two. What happened out there? Do you have any comments about the collisions?
No.
Well, thanks anyway.
If I'd said any of those, my the morale booster would have gone down in any of the departments. Wasn't going to do that, so yeah, fuck it. So Charles Leclerc actually got a faster lap than me. But he's still 7 points behind in the old rivalry there. I shouldn't have any trouble beating Nico Hulkenberg. Yeah, the old team goal bonus. Yeah, they wanted me to score 12 points and I scored 20. So, yeah. In the 2 races that goal was active.
That's a great result. You did really well. I don't think we can have any complaints with that performance.
As good as you can do with shitty tyres.
We've received invitations to new historic events. You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.
I choose to tell them to shove it up their arse.
So
Right.
the team are happy that you hit your last goal. That's going to help out with car development, and it'll weigh in your favour the next time we have a contract review.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing what my next goal is. So average finish is now 7th, average grid is now 8th. So yeah, they've both gone up. Right, let's see what we can do in the old actually before we go there, so 11, 14 in the MGUH, 6, 13, that's nothing to worry about. And 14 on the gearbox. Mind you, I've got a gearbox durability one going on anyway. Mind you, I don't know if I'm really going to put so much strain on the MGUH as I do in that race. That one I use it the most by quite a distance. So yeah, we'll do the ERS upgrade. This is the ERS one, isn't it? Yes. So yeah, we'll do that one. It leaves us with 460, so I can't do anything else. So again, I've got 4 upgrades to go on in Germany if they all work. So we should again have quite a fairly good performance increase on the old progress history if it always hangs on that, if they all work. So let's find out if they have. You know at least one's going to fail.
I know we were expecting some new developments this weekend, but some of them have failed quality control. Make sure you indicate what you'd like redeveloped via the workstation.
I do wonder what is the fucking point of the, you know, the morale thing and paying for the quality control, because so often they fucking fail. Oh bollocks, I've got to do 2 clean races again. That means loads of fucking flashbacks. Well, the only one that failed was the ERS system. Mind you, that's the one I really wanted. Okay. So qualifying, there's going to be rain towards the end, but the race will be fine. Yeah, the development upgrade is pretty good. We are now ahead of Force India and Haas. We're only just ahead of Haas, but nevertheless we are ahead of them, and we are pretty close to Renault. So yeah, that's where we are on the old performance comparison. Fucking not bad. So we're now 5th. We started 9th. Well, I've got the resource points to sort that out now, so we'll do that. Can't do anything else. But yeah, that is not bad at all. So, I mean, our biggest rivals for a long time have been Haas and Force India, so now we're ahead of them. Hopefully that means we can pull away a little bit. But yeah, there we go. So that is the British Grand Prix. Yeah, as races go, it was like watching paint dry, but there were a couple of interesting moments, I suppose. Let me just check. Okay, well, tyres are a bit better. Yeah, this is one of those weird Grand Prix where they don't go in order. So the hardest compound is the medium, then the softs, but then it skips the super softs and goes to the ultras, which means the ultras will have no durability whatsoever. So yeah, this could be interesting. But that's for the next video. So yeah, that is the British Grand Prix done. Yeah, wasn't that fascinating?